I remember I was reading into this a long time ago, and I feel like there's someone else I was forgetting. Let me see see what he says here.
Actually, Captain America is the strongest character in the Marvel universe because he touches all of our hearts.
What is it? Some kind of like, it's like a cube guy, or I don't know, fucking
a cube guy.
No,
Maddock.
No, isn't that the coffee mug guy?
Yeah, yeah, that's Patton Oswalt. Yeah,
Right.
But doesn't he shoot cubes all the time?
yeah, that's MODOK.
Yeah,
We're talking about the same guy.
cube coffee guy. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stay. Need those TPS reports.
Let's see, Scarlet's ability to change reality what happens in extreme conditions. And learning that Magneto is manipulating her in house. Times on Marvel. I want to say the one above all. Is that a name of a hero?
No, it's like literally God in Marvel.
One above all. Okay, that doesn't really count as a hero then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about in the cinematic universe. I have to have seen this person on camera.
Oh, then Stan Lee.
Yeah, Stan Lee, because he's in every movie, and he lives. According to Ben, it's MODOK.
Is that on our YouTube video?
Yeah. I only know him as the coffee mug.
Well, Patton Oswalt's making a show about him, so.
About MODOK? Is he playing MODOK?
Yes, he is.
He has the perfect body for MODOK.
No, I think it's a stop motion show. So
it's made out of Legos.
He has the perfect voice for MODOK.
He does.
Whatever. All right, and welcome to another episode of Dos Nav Cincos. This is episode number 72. This week we cover Soul. I keep wanting to say as part of but it's not. It's a new movie. So
it's a new
Soul.
one.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying Boys Hole.
Yeah, we're saying Boys Hole.
No, Soul.
It's clearly Soul.
Soul.
Boys Hole. Boys.
But before we get into it, as always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
Guys, before we talk about Soul, did you guys see anything else this week?
I've actually watched quite a few movies.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
So let's see. Starting from the top. Let's see.
Now we're here.
Alphabetical order. I watched Alien.
Ooh.
And then I watched Aliens, the superior one.
Ooh.
Dollar sign.
Ooh. Actually, one of our viewers will probably have some harsh words for that.
You come at me, bro. I'm ready for it. I will fight you. Like
To say Aliens, dollar sign,
garbage.
That is good. Is what? Wow. Okay.
I know who it is. I know who you are, and I will fight you. Just like how Ben will fight you over Annihilation. I will fight you over this.
I mean, I don't have to fight you.
It's not the same thing because Ben fights about Annihilation and he loses every time.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know why he does it.
Well, I mean, you don't really have to argue for it. It's just a good movie. In fact, you could say it's a very good movie.
I mean, you could.
Did you see that bear?
You could say a lot of things, but it doesn't make them true.
You could say that, but that would make you wrong.
Yeah, it'd make you a liar. Is what it would
Okay,
make you.
you could say that David's a Nazi.
I mean, I've seen him at the book burning.
And why are you in this photo with Adolf Hitler?
Yeah.
It's pretty good Photoshop right there that you did. But continue, Stu.
So I watched that, and then I watched Independence Day.
Ooh,
just
there's
because
a lot of alien movies.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I don't know what got me into Independence Day. I think I was on HBO Max, and I just kind of like, I don't usually watch that too often, but they had Alien and Aliens on it, so I watched it there, and then after that, it was like, oh, Independence
Predator.
Day, sure, why not?
Please let it be Predator.
I was thinking about Predator. I was gonna do Predator, but I ran out of time.
Oh, damn!
I had to record this podcast.
Yeah, before you guys interrupted me, I was about to watch Predator.
Well, Stu, what the hell are you waiting for?
All right, bye guys.
All right. So this week is just going to be me and Ben.
Great.
We're just going to cancel this week. We'll see you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So What was you saw Alien first, and that kind of started this rabbit hole for you, and you were just like, I want another Alien movie.
Pretty much. Well, kind of going back to I mentioned last week where I was watching this YouTube channel called Critical Drinker a lot. Sometimes he'll reference movies like Predator or Aliens. And so he keeps having like showing clips of the movie. And I'm like, you know what? Goddamn, I'm just going to watch it. So.
I see. What about you, Ben? What'd you see this week?
I saw 2 movies. I saw Battle Royale. Have you guys seen Battle Royale?
It's the Hunger Games Japanese version, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. The one that happened like I saw it in middle school, so I don't know how old it is.
Big surprise. Ben watched something Japanese.
Hey, it wasn't my choice, all right? It was
You always say that. You always say that.
It was Letty's choice, all right? I had no influence on the matter anyways.
I'm starting to think you're compelling these people to watch these movies.
I don't even picked last week. But that was my pick. This is now your pick.
Hey, I had no influence in this choice at all, or the person who chose this movie.
They'll let us know in the comments.
At all. Anyways, I watched it. Pretty good movie. Classroom full of kids got kidnapped, taken to an island, and they have to kill each other. So that was pretty cool. Pretty bleak. Still holds up really well. Give it like a 7 out of 10.
Okay. What else?
Last movie was
Porky's Revenge 3.
Another Japanese movie.
No, this one was
this one was a Korean movie.
Revenge.
I would watch a movie if it was called Tonkatsu's Revenge. Dude, holy fuck, a killer bowl of ramen?
No, it's Porky's, but in Japanese.
Oh. I like my idea better.
And the only way to defeat it is to eat it.
That's the climax of the movie. They've tried everything else. They've tried guns. They tried swords. They tried a nuke from orbit. It's like Ernest saves Halloween or whatever it was.
Ernest eats a bowl of ramen.
Ernest doesn't eat a bowl of ramen.
But you were saying the second one?
The second movie watched was Olympus Has Fallen.
Why?
I've never seen it before, and one of my friends was like, hey, we should watch this movie. And have you guys seen Olympus Has Fallen?
Yeah, I did. It happened on Capitol Hill on
That's the first one, right? Oh, look Thursday. At David. Yeah. So funny with the topical. Oh, he's so funny, everyone. Oh, my sides are in orbit now. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
Was that the reasoning why they suggested this particular one?
Yeah, exactly. It kind of was. And did you know that was the second movie that year that dealt with terrorists taking control of the White House?
Yeah, the other one was starring Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was watching one with Channing Tatum.
I thought it was really weird that year that they had 2 movies with the same plot basically released at the same time.
That one was White House Down.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Actually, that one. The president in Olympus Has Fallen was Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, which one was the one with Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman was in Olympus Has Fallen. He was just the Speaker of the House.
Oh.
And then White House Down was Jamie Foxx.
Dufresne, huh?
I think that one was also more of a comedy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one was a little more of an action comedy, I would say.
21 Jump Street meets 1600 Boulevard, Pennsylvania.
Hey, that'd be pretty sick, actually.
I think you got the backwards, but...
I'm mad about
1600 that. Pennsylvania Boulevard.
There we go. Yep, that one.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is the president?
David's just having micro strokes like all the time now.
I mean,
you take your medication, David?
No, I'm not. Well, huh?
Come on, back to the nursing home, Grandpa.
Back in my day.
They just make us do crafts. I don't want to do any more crafts. Oh, they actually sold it as an action bundle on Amazon.
Both of them?
Olympus, White House Down plus Olympus Has Fallen action bundle DVD.
Wow.
You want to watch 2 of the same movies with 2 different pairs of actors?
You know,
Jamie Foxx.
there is a phenomenon where this kind of happens, where two similar movies come out at the same time, and I don't know what the term is for it, but it happens quite a bit actually.
It happened last year, Alive and Alone. Both of them were the survival horror zombie, but stuck in an apartment building, and the couple, the guy and the girl, were separated by like this alleyway.
Yeah, see, I mean, it happens. Like, it happens where sometimes the movie studio actually hears about it, about production, and they race to, release to get these movies out. They've let them ballot out. Like,
How is it not like plagiarism or something, whatever?
I don't know.
No, but this one has Jamie Foxx as president.
Clearly it's different. See, this is Schindler's List, but it's starring Adam Sandler as Oscar Schindler, so it's different.
It's Sandler's List.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that
if
that's pretty much what happens. Like,
if I could do an Adam Sandler impression, I would have recited something from the movie.
What was that movie?
Try.
What was that movie?
Sandler's List.
No, there's like Bug's Life and Ants.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
And there's
and a B movie. It was all in the same year.
No, it wasn't. B movie was the after.
Dang it! I just wanted to see B movie.
You like jazz?
Let me see. For me, over the weekend, finished watching the Harry Potter, like all 8 of them. Finally got around to finishing.
You watched all 8 over the weekend?
No, not all over the weekend. It's just been kind of like sporadic over the last couple of weeks, and finally watched the last 2, which is the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. I was like, how come I don't remember these happening in this particular sequence? But
are they worth watching?
You've never seen any of them?
I've seen like bits and pieces. I don't think I've watched.
I've only seen parts of the first one. I think.
For some
reason, Harry Potter never grabbed me. It never. I don't know.
Yeah, and my sister loved it, so I was like, "Damn, now I must hate it."
Yeah, I have to hate everything you love.
Yeah, pretty much. It was that phase of my life.
What? You like shrimp? Well, guess what? I'm allergic.
You like chocolate? Also allergic. You can just not like it. Nope, allergic. I'm allergic to Harry Potter.
You want chocolate cake for your birthday? Too bad, Mom and Dad. I'm allergic. Can't get it.
No, I think in general, I think they're decent. They're entertaining. I'll definitely say this.
The books are much better.
It beats having to read the books.
You can
just
read?
choked on his own vomit.
Yeah.
But no, I think if you get a chance to, just kind of sit down and watch one at a time. You don't need to try to binge them all, because there's no more books after that. But I think in general they're pretty entertaining. But now I have no idea what we're watching, because I think Irene wanted to start watching the Hunger Games series.
Oh God.
No.
Please God, no.
But she's already seen it like 4 times.
Please God, why?
All of them.
Why would you do it?
I like the book.
Everyone says they like the book. How have you ever met someone who says actually the movie was much better than the book?
No,
the answer is no. You haven't.
Fight Club, Jurassic Park. I don't know.
I mean, who says that though?
Star Wars Episode
here's
9.
Here's one. I got it. Starship Troopers.
Wait, was that really a book?
Yeah,
Yes.
stupid. Which was nothing like the movie.
Yeah, because the movie was entertaining.
Yeah, there was no future football. There was no,
Topless showers.
yeah, co-ed shower scenes. Actually, there
was
might
no
have been.
football.
Monkeys?
There was no. Would you like to know more? Probably. I don't know.
There wasn't anyone doing their part.
Yeah. No one was doing their part in the book.
That's why they were in that problem in the first place.
Yeah.
It wasn't a movie that I did see. I did play Lee Carvallo's playing challenge.
You mean like all 3 clicks of it?
Yeah, it's very short, but it was pretty enjoyable. And then from there, spent the next half an hour looking to see if someone had constructed Bone Storm.
Dang.
That would have been awesome. But no, unfortunately not. It was like somebody's like project. They're like, oh yeah, it took me to do 5 days. And I was like, there's no way you did a full-fledged game. And I was like, oh, it's only like 8.
I mean, it's really just are you talking about the putting challenge still?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's really just like the scene from the show, but in a game.
Clickable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it was fun anyways. You've selected Power Stroke.
Power Drive.
Power Drive.
Feather Touch.
I suggest Feather Touch.
Thank God, is that what video games used to be like? Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they used to... Remember when we used to play Oregon Trail?
Yeah, but that had like a first-person shooter mode where you can go hunting and shoot the buffalo.
That was all clicking.
Yeah, but it had wacky noises and fun animations.
Mavis Beacon's typing.
That's not a game.
Here.
That's not a game.
Mario teaches typing.
It is a game when learning is a game.
Yeah. If you have Asian parents, that's a video. That's entertainment.
Did you guys play Abacus ABC?
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Is that like Math Blaster?
I don't know. But with Abacus.
Abacus Blaster Jr.
You don't need a calculator. You have an abacus, but everybody else has a calculator. Why'd we enroll you in abacus school if you're going to use a calculator?
Man, my dad only let me play Belt Blaster Jr.
Okay. Guys, anything else for you guys? You guys also any interesting news? Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League is coming out this year. Any interest from you guys? Yay or nay?
I think so.
I guess I'll watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, they said they've added 5 extra minutes. I mean, is he planning on just like plugging in the 5 minutes and it's going to fix the entire movie, or is he going to rearrange the whole thing too?
No, I thought there was like a lot different to it.
Yeah, it's a miniseries.
There's like a shitload that's different from the final movie that was released. So, which is, from what I've heard, is supposed to look pretty good. So, as far as appearance, like, I don't know about the actual movie. Because that's actually one of the things I was exposed to through that YouTube channel was that, and I kind of noticed it, but maybe I just didn't think anything of it when I watched it, was that in a lot of the scenes with Ben Affleck, his appearance is like different because they had to call him back to reshoot a bunch of stuff. So, like, in some of the scenes, he's like a little slimmer. He's got like, his hair is a little different color. And then other scenes, he's like a little bigger with like different hair colors. So, yeah.
And don't look at Henry Cavill's upper lip.
I didn't notice anything about that. Maybe I just wasn't looking very closely. Like, I had to like really look at it to see that was like, oh, they did something to it.
Wait, what is it about his upper lip? I didn't hear about that.
He was filming in Mission Impossible at the time. They called back to do a bunch of reshoots, and he had a mustache in that movie, and he wasn't allowed to shave it, so they CGI'd his mustache off his face.
Oh man, now I have something to go back to look forward to. I think out of the 3 of us, you're the one who's seen it the most recently, right, Stu?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it noticeable? Like, very noticeable?
I didn't notice it when I first saw it when I was watching it. Oh, then again, I wasn't like combing over every detail of every frame. Like, wait a minute, his lips looks weird. Honestly, I might not even been paying attention. But I mean, some people like flew off the handle about that, which, okay.
Well, I mean, if you pause at hour 1 minute 12 frame 52, we notice a glaring stipulation where the frames weren't adding up. There's that visual indicator that just did not make it. It's really glaring and really obvious. And boy, I hope someone got fired over that one.
Almost as bad as leaving a Starbucks cup in the middle of a medieval scene.
Or someone just in their jeans and t-shirt in the background
in the
of a
background.
space battle.
I want them to do like a documentary on like how that shit happens. Like, how do so many eyes are on these things and nobody sees it?
I think they see it. They just at that point they're like, it's not worth going back. Maybe people
Well,
won't.
it
notice
is worth it because they ended up going back and changing it after the fact. So,
So someone did see it.
like,
Yeah,
were they
millions
going?
of people thought.
Were they going like, oh, maybe they won't see it? Like, everyone sees like fucking people will pause every frame of a show and check for issues.
Inconsistencies.
It's like code review. Someone sends you some code to review. It's like 30 files change. Who's got time for that? Nobody. I approve.
Exactly.
Merge it in.
Commit.
Exactly.
Commit, merge. A-okay. Give the thumbs up emoji, and then you go on your day.
We'll fix it in post.
But oh my god, if there's one change, oh my god, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna tear it up to pieces. If there's one line changed, don't even.
I'm going to scrutinize the crap out of it. But if there's too many, you're
There's like
exploiting my laziness,
like
and I'm
12,
expecting that
like,
you were thorough.
Forget it.
Can't merge automatically.
Yeah, well, I guess we're not. I guess this feature's not coming in.
Hey, I guess we're not. I guess we're working overtime this weekend, boys.
Oh, it was just a blank line.
Just comment it out. It's fine. So WandaVision comes out next week on a scale of 1 to 10. Is it this week? Okay.
Yeah,
for this
right.
week,
Or
scale of 1
last
to
week,
10.
depending on when you're listening to this.
Thanks, Stu. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you guys at right now in terms of hype
2.
for this? 2? Okay.
I'm like at an 8. So add those two up, and we're at a perfect 10.
Actually, we're at 10 out of 20. So
Actually.
I give it also a 0 out of the 10 out of 0, so that way it's a 20 out of 20. Congratulations.
There's a lot of numbers flying around.
And I'll give it a star out of a watermelon slice emoji.
Okay.
I think that was the only news that I had for movies in general. Okay, let's go ahead and let's move over to the box office rundown. As far, I think we are now at week 43 of the pandemic that we're keeping track.
Is it?
Give it up for week 43.
44, sorry.
Give it up for week 44.
Because it was week 11 was the last time we recorded like a normal box office rundown, and then ever since then, since March 13th,
I think
it's been affected pretty heavily. So
I think the last new movie before everything shut down we watched was Onward.
But wasn't that didn't we see that on Disney Plus?
Onward? No.
Well, yeah, we did.
Did we?
Right?
I saw it on. I think I remember seeing it on Disney Plus.
No. Well, I mean, it's on. Wait. Is it? No, I could have sworn.
You're right. Right before the pandemic,
Yeah.
March 6th, they released Onward. The week before that, we saw Invisible Man. The week before that was Sonic the Hedgehog.
And then Contagion, and then that's been all reruns since then.
44 weeks of it.
Jesus. We have more rerun episodes than we do like new movie episodes now, I think.
Really?
Well, that's what happens when you start a podcast in the middle of July and then you run to the end of the year and you skip a bunch because somebody wasn't editing them. and we get to this point.
Yeah. What about box office rundown?
Oh, so now, week 2 of 2021. At number 1 is still Wonder Woman with its third straight week at the number 1 spot with 3 million.
I guess that's the only movie.
There's nothing else here. Number 2, Croods, A New Age, 1.8 million. News of the World with 1.2 at number 3. Monster Hunter stays at number 4 with 1.1. Fatale is at number 5 with 656,000. Promising Young Woman. So pretty much everything stays the same from last week up until we get to number 8. Number 8 is The War with Grandpa with 145,000. And climbing up from number 10 to number 9 is Come Play with 95,000. And then speaking of number 10, Stu, you actually saw this one in theaters. Aliens re-released 2020.
Oh, nice.
$60,000. You watched a new movie, technically.
Sweet.
For a box office movie.
I think there was a theater I used to go, or by my work, where sometimes we'd go to see, they'd play classic movies on Tuesdays. I don't remember if we went to go see that, Aliens. I know we watched Top Gun and Enter the Dragon, but man, I miss going to movie theaters.
Me too.
Oh, speaking of Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's, I think one of Bruce Lee's books is turned into like a TV show that's available on HBO Max, Warrior. Have you guys watched it at all?
Oh, I thought I remember seeing that on there. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but
okay. And then also, just wanted to make mention the Golden Globes are going to be releasing their movies that they will be, that are candidates. Sorry, beginning in the first week of February.
Oh, man,
so I think we started preparing for that. One of the movies we saw this week, Soul, is actually on that list, as well as one that Ben mentioned for Best Comedy, Palm Springs. Oh, that's the other movie I saw. I saw Palm Springs.
Oh, hey.
It's really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie.
That is up for a Golden Globe for Best Comedy. It's so far, I think the candidates that have been announced, there's been some like speculation on who they could be, from, I think it's Variety who's doing it. Variety, comedy feature predictions. I think there are 5 options that they came up with was Prom, which is the Netflix one, On the Rocks, the Apple TV with Bill Murray and Rashida Jones, Palm Springs, Borat, which is obviously Sacha Baron Cohen, and then the number 5 is the
War of Grandpa.
No, the personal history of David Copperfield. I guess there was this interesting thing that came up is Hamilton's actually being considered for a Golden Globe, but it's not being considered for an Oscar. Does that change anything for you guys, the way you look at it?
Seems pretty typical.
I mean, if I looked at it at all, I don't know. I don't pay attention to what movies people tell me to like. I like what I like.
But we review movies. We're supposed to be critics.
Are we though? I thought we're just a couple of doofuses.
I don't know. Ben was pretty critical of the Star Wars series. He's really fond of one and really doesn't care about any of the other ones.
Hey, I also said I like 2. And 3.
And I would really like it if you guys were to CGI more pod racing.
I'd love for Ben to go to a Star Wars convention and just announce to everyone there that the prequel trilogy was the best and everything else sucks.
And then I get embraced by the fans in a warm hug.
Yeah, as they crush you to death.
No, the warm part is going to be the blood gushing from every orifice of your body.
Or their armpit stench wrapped around your face.
Yeah, so speaking of the fact that I think we can get our hands on all of those, is there a particular category you guys want to at least, try to predict a winner out of?
I haven't seen any of them, I don't think. So
I think there's one that I want to kind of predict because it's getting a lot of buzz, and I feel like just
B movie.
Yeah, why'd you say buzz like that?
Buzz.
Getting a lot of buzz.
Hey, dude, can you blame me? I took the bait.
I couldn't. I was about to say it too.
Okay. All right. What's the one that's getting all the buzz? Not buzz.
You like jazz?
Ben, spit it out, damn it.
Well, you're the one who said B movie. Damn it. Okay, fine. There's a movie that got tossed around between categories because there is some contention over what it should be considered, and it is a movie called Minari. It's a
The
Korean
Japanese
movie.
one, right? Okay.
Or is it Japanese? I don't know. I think it's Korean because it's Steven Yeun.
If it's Korean, you don't want to watch it, right? But if I say Japanese, we're gonna watch it.
Well, I mean, it depends, really. I mean, if it's Japanese, it'd have to be something like tonkotsu or something, or Japanese fried chicken. But if it's Korean, I could really go for their pizza and their fried chicken.
And their fried chicken also.
I don't think there's a fried chicken I don't like.
I just like fried chicken.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing. Fried chicken is from pretty much every culture, and they're all good except Indonesia's.
Okay, so out of all the categories, I figured we can ignore the director, the actor, actresses, supporting, and all that stuff. Figured we focus on the 4 main categories: motion picture drama, best motion picture musical or comedy, best motion picture foreign language, and then best motion picture animated. So I'm assuming based on...
You're choosing animated for us, huh? Okay.
We've already watched 1 out of the 5 already.
This is how Ben like does the old like switcheroo to make it think that you're the one who picked the anime movie when it's really he that picked it.
I think Minari is a live action, so it's spinning
or Japanese, whatever.
Drama and foreign language, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
If we can get our hands on a copy of that, I think that we should watch that.
Okay. Minari.
Mm-hmm.
See, you David, you fell right into his trap.
He doesn't know I've dubbed it in Korean. He's gonna hate it.
Annyeong.
What have you heard about it, Ben?
I've heard it's a very good movie, but I've also heard that, it's a toss up between an international movie and just a straight up drama, just because I guess there's some confusion over what should be classified as. It's the story is about an immigrant family moving to the United States, I think, and them becoming farmers. And a large portion of the movie is in English. So with that, I mean, is it considered a domestic film, or is it considered a foreign language film? Because the Oscars, what they considered a foreign language film, it actually did not fall into that category by their ruling.
You have to be over 50% in English.
I don't even know what the ruling was, but I know that it actually counted because of the ruling on their, stipulated by the Oscars that it should go into drama, but they ruled against it and said, no, we don't think so. It's just, it's a foreign language. So it was raising a lot of red flags.
Well, doesn't it tend to compete in a smaller category at that point? So if it stands out, it has a better chance of winning in general?
Well, that could be true, but I also think that if it were not a foreign language film, it would probably, It would qualify for other categories as well, or probably a lot easier in that regard.
Well, as long as we have a repeat from last year where we predicted that Parasite would win because it won best foreign language and then won best picture at the Oscars. As long as we can predict that, I really don't care which category it's in.
Yep.
I just want to be right. Okay. So out of those 4 categories, should we start with best drama and then just hope that that movie falls into either one?
Oh God, are you gonna make me watch all these Golden Globe movies?
There's only 5
that's like
in
5
each category.
Weeks.
That's 10 hours of our lives.
Yeah, David.
You've already watched 1 from animated, so you
and
can
my
watch
life
4.
or my time is worthless. All right.
Or we can also I can probably already tell you in the animated one you can avoid crudes because I'm pretty sure that's only brought in there because there was nothing else that was released.
I'll give you each $20 if Soul doesn't win. And that's not saying that Soul. I'm not saying right now that Soul is good or bad. I'm just saying that Pixar movies you tend to win no matter what. The only time it hasn't won is when Spider-Man won.
So you're gonna give us $20 if Soul wins?
No, if it doesn't win.
Why would I take that bet?
It's because here's the thing is
you're suckers.
Here's the thing is Soul is up, but so is Onward.
Soul's gonna win. All right. You want to take some Onward action? All right.
Come on. Soul v Onward.
Yeah,
I
Soul
like
beat Onward.
Onward a lot.
Okay, fine. All right. Mark
But
it
not
down. Mark it down,
$20
boys.
worth.
$20.
All right. I'm the witness. David says Onward. Ben says Soul.
Yep.
Well, they're both Pixar.
Either way, I get $20 from both.
Wait,
Heads
that's
I
not the
win,
way.
tails you lose.
That's what the bet is. You all heard it. All right, moving on.
I'm pretty sure anybody could tell you that that's not the way this works.
That's exactly the way this works.
Okay, I put
All
a
right.
parlay on
20
Soul.
Cinco's bucks.
I want the shit. What are the fuck? I can't remember anything from Uncut Gems.
The only thing I remember is parlay. That's it.
Yeah. I already knew that one. I wanted to do the other sillier ones he
Oh,
said.
the lightning bets.
Yeah, lightning bets.
I want to do a daily double.
No, that's a Jeopardy thing.
Oh, okay. I'll do Final Jeopardy.
And winner for best animated film is The War with Grandpa. Best foreign film, The War with Grandpa. Best drama, also The War with Grandpa, and also best comedy / musical, The War with Grandpa. Congratulations, they have swept the Golden Globes. Ben, pay your freaking money up to everybody. Everybody's getting free tickets to The War with Grandpa.
I'll kill myself if that happens.
All right, you guys heard it here. Golden Globe people, make it happen. Okay. Guys, any other thoughts about, some of the Golden Globe stuff that we talked about? Box office rundown? Anything?
Nah.
No? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to our movie of the week this week. It is Soul. Ben, I believe you're the one who picked this, right?
I guess I am. Yes.
Yes, you are.
Hold on. Okay, so synopsis.
www.imdb.com.
Soulsynopsis.com.
Okay. From Pixar, the creator of Cars, comes a story about something greater than ourselves, than life itself. A story about life, our purpose within these small few years, and what makes them so meaningful. What happens when we die? Is there a heaven? A hell? A god? How do the cars and cars actually give birth? Do they have sex?
Wait, what?
Do they have sex with each other?
Shut up, David. He's getting
And
into some shit here.
ultimately, what is a soul? Really deep questions that this movie.
I'd like to circle back around to the cars. How do they?
I mean, how do they have kids?
It's really deep questions this movie asks. Really
There's
deep.
the exhaust pipe, but that seems more of like a,
Exit.
yeah. All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next week.
My mind's been blown at this point.
Wait, David, are you now looking for car sex?
No, I'm not. I'm just staring blankly with no waveforms that are on this podcast. Okay, Stu, tell us what you thought about it.
Oh boy, what did I think about this movie? Well, let me tell you. I'm going to begin speaking about this movie because I definitely watched it, and I totally did not watch it. No, I watched it. Yeah.
So
I
it's a
think-
movie at a beginning and an end.
Yeah, it had, and then
The
there was a
middle.
middle part and the credits. So I think one of the things I'll say about this movie is that for a Pixar movie, I know we know kind of Pixar movies for having kind of like stuff for everyone to enjoy. There's stuff for the kids, and then there's stuff for the adults, and kids are oblivious to the adult stuff. But I feel like this movie had some pretty mature themes in it at play that I don't think would have been like it seemed very skewed into the adult theme section. Well, not that kind of adult theme section, but like a mature. Nope, that doesn't work either.
Purposeful.
No, you can't say that. Let's just say mature, more mature themes than your typical Pixar movie. I feel like with all the talk about death and the great beyond and the great beginning and all this that and the other, all the stuff about our main character's life not being everything it was, everything that he thought it could be, blah blah blah. I felt like it was very, I mean, it did have its like lighter moments that for kids, but I feel like it was heavily in the adult skewed. The adult slider was way up. um, but I mean, that's not to say I didn't like it. I definitely liked it. um, I I think the only thing that affects my score in this movie was I wanted more jazz music, man.
Man, holy shit, that
I
was
wanted
good.
more music.
That was good.
I was like, come on. It's like it was like, come on, blow me away like Whiplash did. But
Ooh.
there wasn't as much music as I would have liked. And so yeah, I'll say that. I give this one a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Ben, what about you?
Yeah, it was a surprisingly deep movie. Like Stu said, definitely something I don't expect a lot of kids to really understand or even kind of enjoy upon the background. It's definitely not a Frozen or anything.
Thank
It
God.
was a movie that I would been, tearing up over, and something that I miss. I feel like we haven't gotten a great Pixar film since Coco, and that's been like 3 or 4 years of that. The music was astounding. The visuals were amazing. The concepts are really, I want to say, brave and different. Like abstract almost. Like actually during some of the scenes, like the visuals of life before and after remind me a lot of Tron. There like that whole sequence when Joe, is that his name? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, he was like trying to run away from that guy who was doing all the counts, and he had that whole sequence with him grabbing him and like pulling him back in. It almost seemed like a lot of the afterlife seemed to be modeled after like a computer program or like Tron visuals. A lot of like geometric shapes and whatnot. So that was really cool. Even the music in the afterlife and the great beyond was very Tron-like. It was very electronic and very lo-fi, which was really.
Oh, Joe! Shout out to Joe.
Yo, Joe, I got the perfect lo-fi playlist for you.
Yeah, just get the soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's loop number 4 over and over and over and over and over and
yeah,
over
it's
again.
just Joe doing his homework, and a cat is just kind of chilling there with him. Or Mr.
Like
Muffins.
a 24-hour lo-fi study beats YouTube video.
72-hour mix.
Yeah, I really like this film. Great 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, for me it's tough for any other like movie theater, well, not movie theater, any other movie house to kind of like come up with something to compete with Pixar in general, right? I feel like this is the reason why I like this medium a lot, is mostly because it allows for you to be able to elevate some of the storytelling, because obviously there are certain things that aren't possible in either real life or in a practical effects way. So a lot of things have to go into CGI, but you kind of separate that, or you kind of allow for more allowances when you do like animated films. And so kind of reminds me a lot of like what they did with Onward, which is they took this lighthearted kind of thing, but then they also wove in this message that, what things are about, or how to kind of, I think this movie really came out at the right time. A lot of people feel like they had lost a lot of hope and stuff like that. And I feel like this one kind of like restructured you and said, hey, look, there doesn't have to be an exact purpose for everything, right? And when they're talking about some of these other more mature themes that Stuart was alluding to. So I think in general for this one, this one's definitely a little bit more on the more sensitive side, less playful side of Pixar, and is definitely more soulful. So I guess the title is very appropriate for me. A 10 out of 10 for sure. Let's take a look here. I really liked the casting in this one.
Was it just me, or did I?
What?
for some reason I thought it was Eddie Murphy who was cast in this movie.
It was hard to tell who played Joe.
Not based on his voice though. I just thought not what
the
you're
mannerisms
saying,
or the words that they were using.
No, not what you're saying, David. You racist.
Wow.
What I'm saying is, I just thought I had read that he was in this movie, like he was the lead role. Like I read it. I thought I read it before the movie even came out. But
And then the barbershop scene happened.
oh man,
Eddie
dude,
Murphy was
awesome.
everyone in the barbershop.
now what can I do for you, Hotel Rwanda? Dang, that made me. Well, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at a preview before.
Yeah, I really hope that movie lives up to the previews.
Yeah, I really hope. I think it will because they touched on all the stuff. Sorry, this is a quick tangent. They touched on all the stuff that we love from the first one without showing too much of it. Like there's Sexual Chocolate's back. He's gonna be in it. Oh, I can't wait for Sexual Chocolate. And then also obviously the barbershop scene, which we got a pretty good view of, but I'm sure that scene's gonna go longer. But yeah, and then Arsenio and Eddie Murphy back at it. Man, I can't wait. Anyways, I'm so excited for that movie. You guys have no idea.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Soul, guys? I feel like Coming to America just stole all the thunder out of this thing. At this point.
No, I think one of the other things I really liked about it was the animation style was pretty different as far as the kind of the ethereal beings that they portrayed. It actually reminded me. Did you guys I don't know if on PS3 when it first came out, there was like this thing that it had, this game that was like kind of like Snake, but you like gather stuff and it makes you bigger. Do you remember?
Damacy.
No, what the fuck are you saying, David?
I mean, his answer ain't wrong, but
no, it's the guy who's a prince and he rolls a ball and he picks up erasers and mice and you're supposed to.
No, that's not it. I can't think of what the game was, but it just reminded me of that, with the way they're kind of like 2D but also 3D at the same time.
yeah, I think it's a really cool concept. And it was really abstract, It was just like, oh, what are we going to represent afterlife with? Oh, how about these like super abstract beings
that have charming Australian or New Zealand accents.
Yeah.
I think they're all over the place in terms of accents, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He was like my second, I think maybe my first favorite character was actually the accountant. Was it Terry?
Terry.
Yeah, Terry.
Just because of his accent.
Else's name was Jerry, and he was the only Terry. Keep the count, see?
Yeah, just like that animation style. Also, just like, fuck, I didn't want to download that. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Or even just like the main characters, like their human forms was like, I enjoyed like the kind of like semi-lifelike, like realistic, like proportions of their heads and their bodies and everything, but like still slightly kind of cartoonish.
Yeah, I think it was a good contrast between all three. There was that contrast between their souls, their animated souls, and their human forms, like life on Earth, and then there was also, the animation of whatchamacallit, the other beings, and they made those three distinct styles, and it really stuck out, and when they all merged together and kind of interacted with each other, it was really cool to see.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
What was your favorite moment, David?
Me, I think my favorite moment was when 22 is inside of Joe's body and discovers all these great things. Pizza, like laying on the ground and letting the wind kind of catch you, and just that entire sequence. And then they're like, okay, we're just gonna go down this way, and then I forgot what they dropped. What was it that he dropped that she needed to pick up?
Oh, you mean when she tore her pants?
Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that moment. Just because I was like, it's coming. Something's going to be a disaster.
You truly are an old man, David. Like, all you're missing now is like 4 kids to like.
That one and getting kicked in the balls would have been really funny.
Wow. Do I have a great movie for you, David?
Old man getting hit in the nuts.
Man gets hit in the football by Hans Moleman.
That's a great episode of The Simpsons, by the way.
It is. It really is.
I just watched it recently, actually. That's
Nice.
That's the fact that David's favorite part of the movie involved someone splitting their pants like gives me a pretty good idea of where David's at in his life right now.
I'm comfortable with who I am.
Wait, Stu, what was your favorite part? Was it just the animation of the other people?
No. My favorite, I think, well, if we're talking about like a scene or something that was going on in the movie, I'd have to say it was either the every time they kind of cut back to 22's like previous mentors, it's like someone else getting fed up with
Abraham Lincoln, Mother Teresa.
My favorite one, actually, I don't know. There's a tie between Muhammad Ali and who was it? Oh yeah, Abraham Lincoln, where he's like, well, Jackson was put on the 20. Jackson. Which that does kind of like goes back to like the thing where it's like I don't think little kids are gonna get this all these references to like Muhammad Ali and I don't know, was it Socrates or whoever she was talking to? Yeah. It was either that or when like the that guru guy like revealed like what he was doing to be in a meditative state.
Oh, he was flipping signs. That was awesome.
Where everyone's else like, oh, I'm doing a meditation on top of a mountain. I don't know if it was on top of a mountain.
I'm on the corner of 14th and something.
I'm in a drum circle in Berkeley, and then he's just doing his sign flipping. It was pretty good. I had several good laughs with this movie. It is a good fun movie, but also serious, kind of serious.
Yeah. What about you, Ben? Favorite moment?
There was a joke. It was a very, very quick joke, but I think it was
split his pants. Excellent.
No, David, we're not all war with Grandpa over here. All right?
How many times have you seen War with Grandpa? How many times haven't I seen War with Grandpa?
David, I know that the answer is more than one for you, so let's move past it. Okay,
just accept it and move on.
No, that's the only way it stays in the top 10.
You're the one giving $12 a month to this movie.
12. I'm the only one giving it $145,000 every week.
Jesus,
to keep it in the top 10.
So there was this joke. It was really fast. It was when they first get back to Earth and 22 takes over Joe's body and Joe ends up in the cat's body, right? Mm-hmm. It was like Joe was saying, wait, how did I end up in the cat's body? What happened to the cat? Oh, yeah. And it was just such a quick cut to the cat just sending the elevator into the great beyond. It was just like, oh, fuck.
Oh, I felt so bad for the cat.
I know. It's definitely one of those jokes because of the topic of this movie and how heavy the situation is, just like how dark of a joke it is. It's just like, oh, fuck, you killed that cat. And it was like 2 seconds. I think I literally had to pause the movie because of how much I was laughing about it.
But it's okay. The cat comes back to life.
Yeah, he was all right.
Mm-hmm.
I know that really killed the joke for me.
So why'd you give it a 10 out of 10 then?
You're right. 0.
Moonwind was the guy that you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely also one of my runner-up favorite moments was just the cat, just like the real quick. And I think that's one of the things in this movie that I liked about it too. Like a lot of its comedic scenes were just like these quick cut, like you kind of would see in the old, I guess Family Guy still does it, but back when Family Guy was funny, they would do that. And then, just kind of like a real quick cut. Here it is. And then move on. So,
and if you get it, you get it. You don't, then we move on with it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the scenes whenever he got into the zone.
Yeah.
He started playing.
We got it, David.
Yep. What?
Anytime he
And
split his pants,
And then what separated it was the juxtaposition when we split his pants.
David's making a dissertation about the
The reason why pants splitting is funny is you don't expect it.
The reason why pants splitting is a metaphor for today's socio-political
troubled youth
environment.
Wait, didn't you say that you were expecting it earlier in the podcast? Didn't you? You said that Joe was going to split his pants, or something bad was going to happen, and then now you're saying that it was so unexpected. Which is it, David?
It's foreshadowing. It's that satisfaction that you get knowing that you were right about something.
So you were expecting it,
of course,
but you just said you weren't.
I expect every podcast to go horribly wrong, and I'm correct every week.
You're right. That's one thing we can agree on.
I know that both of you guys were both in band. All three of us are, musicians at one point in our lives. Did you guys ever reach that point in that zone where you guys were just like riffing and stuff like that? Stu?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be like, it was kind of a groove you kind of get into. And I think it's just like in anything, oh shit, we got to shout out to the Knicks. Oh, the poor
my
Knicks.
God, yeah.
I've been messing with these guys for years. I laughed really, really hard during that moment, and then Irene was like, "I don't get it," and I was like, "If you watched basketball, you would be laughing too."
Is that you trying to get her to watch more basketball?
If all I have to do is keep playing that scene over and over again, as long as I enjoy it, I don't care.
But yeah, I think that's something the movie touched on that probably everyone has experienced at some point, with being in a basketball game and trying to dunk it and you hit the rim. No, that's not.
Yeah, everybody's experienced that.
But like just being in, I guess, the zone. That's what they said, the zone. So it's just where you're kind of just so into something you don't even have to think about doing it. You're just kind of doing it. It's very. It's like it's almost like your subconscious is doing it, and you're not actually actively doing the activity you're doing. So,
Ben, have you ever experienced it? Please don't say when you're eating fried chicken.
Ramen.
Well, I have nothing else to add to this conversation.
Excellent. I'm glad.
Time I was eating 16 or 76 chicken nuggets. I was in the zone.
Actually, it was 63, and then an ice cream sandwich, and then I threw up.
I got into the zone, and then I quickly exited the zone when I vomited.
Yeah, but I mean, whenever I feel like actually with like fighting games, I get into that where I stop thinking and I go on autopilot, and I definitely don't learn from my past mistakes, and I just keep getting hit over and over again. And I'm like, why the fuck isn't this working?
I keep trying to cheat and it never works. But
I keep kicking my opponent physically to get him to stop doing whatever he's doing, and he keeps beating me.
Keep doing jump kicks, and it never works out for me.
Dive kick, dive kick, dive kick.
It's like in The Simpsons, It's just like, oh, poor predictable Bart going for Rock again. Good old Rock. Nothing beats Rock.
Okay. Guys, any other thoughts on this one before we wrap it up?
Nah, wrap that shit up, B.
All right, let's wrap it up. All right, so next week we have to pick another movie, and I believe, Stu, it is your choice.
Well, I mean, I would like to pick News of the World, but I don't know how feasible that's going to be.
Okay. So since we can't get our hands on that, I'm hearing War with Grandpa. No, is it going to be Minari? How about this? If we can get our hands on a copy of News of the World, we'll go ahead and review that. If not, then we will review Minari.
Fine.
Or something else from that category.
Fine, whatever.
There's Nomadland. There's Trial of the Chicago 7.
I did want to see Nomadland.
There's Mank.
Mank. I did want to see Mank.
Mank, I heard, actually should be really good. That's from David Fincher.
Yeah, but the problem is you probably also need to watch Citizen Kane.
Speaking of, I got a bone to pick with David Fincher, which I found in my recent watching of Alien and Aliens.
Alien 3?
Yeah, he was responsible for fucking up the Alien franchise.
Actually, I don't have time. I don't have enough breath to waste.
We do.
All right,
please go ahead.
So David Fincher initially created Alien 3 with a distinct vision in mind, but then overreaching by the Fox executives actually screwed up the whole movie. You can actually find many
Either way, he let it happen. His name is on it. He let it happen.
Actually, Fox executives let it happen. David Fincher was.
I'm sorry, it doesn't say directed by Fox executives, does it?
Yeah.
It did. Nope,
actually. It says directed by David Fincher. That's a weird way to spell Fox executives.
Oh man! Why are you guys so wrong, man?
I'm sorry. If there's 3 people here, 2 people are outvoting.
Oh man! It just sounds like someone is making.
I just muted him. It's fine. So join us next week as we cover.
Oh, there's that noise again.
Yeah, it's Ben. All right, guys, join us next week where we'll be covering either one of 3 movies. Could be Mank or / Citizen Kane,
or the world,
could be Minari, or it could be News of the World, not World of Warcraft. Please, we're not reviewing that. That's horrible.
I said the War with Grandpa.
Oh, if Ben had his way, we would watch War with Grandpa every week.
Nice deflex, David.
I'm not the one who keeps bringing it up.
Okay, I don't have any.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so join us next week. We may be reviewing one of those 3 movies in preparation of the Golden Globes. But yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions or any movies that you'd like to see us review, please definitely hit us up on YouTube. Put a comment in the comments. Hit that subscribe button.
Joe wants us to watch Johnny Mnemonic.
Wait, what?
You're mentioning the whole suggestions thing. That's Joe texted me saying, you guys should watch Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is that was texted. That was not posted on the thing.
True. So until we see it on the comments, we're not going to do it.
We're not going to recognize it until it's officially on social media. So whenever you guys visit us there, definitely hit that subscribe and hit the bell icon so that way you know every time that we post. We're available on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and Apple Podcasts. And also check us out on Twitch. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I believe this week we will finally get to play Outbreak.
Yeah, because I think got it working.
Yeah. Hey, so check us out there. Hit the follow button there as well, and the bell icon. We're so close to 50. Only if you guys like it. We don't want you if you're just.
I don't want any freebies.
Only if you're really into it, we wouldn't want to do anything you're uncomfortable with, Only if you're into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this for another 5 minutes.
And I'm gonna be mad.
But thank you guys so much for joining us here. As always, I've been your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Ben.
Don't forget to wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from each other. Don't forget to tip your Reiki masters, and we'll check you guys on the next one. Okay,
bye.
Bye.